Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Just Brown, or JB from Los Broskis TCG, and today we're going to be reviewing the mono green cards that have been announced this whole week. Like I said before, I want to wait till every single card's announced before I make a video. So today we'll be going over the mono green, which the theme seems to be the Namek Saga with Frieza and Super Saiyan Goku. Let's get into it. So this new Unison card is an SR Golden Frieza Unison of Malice. 2 energy to call out active main, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 card in your hand, place it in the top of your deck, and this card gains critical for the turn. And of course you got a marker. Pretty decent, not terrible. You take away 2 markers. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, your opponent can't attack with battle cards unless they choose one of their battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or more and play this in the owner's drop. That's actually really good. It pretty much wait, hold up. Battle card with 2 energy and place in his own chart. I'm not sure if that's from the battle area or from the hand, but that's still pretty good. If it's from the hand, your opponent basically loses a card. If it's from the battle area, you're getting rid of their battle area card, or if not, they can't even attack. So actually that looks pretty decent. This Bardock, we went through it. We went through it when the Unison stuff barely got announced. He already looks decent. He already looks really good. Unison Demigra, Union of Sorcery, 1 energy to call out permanent. This card would lose a marker from an opponent's attack. You may add 1 card from your life. So instead of him taking damage, you can instead just take a life point, which could be viable if you want to keep that Unison card in the field to help you out during stuff like this one. You get a marker and the card gets 10k power for the turn. You take away 3 markers, you choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, and then you choose up to 1 of your opponent's other battle cards with energy cost of 3 or less, ignoring barrier and KO it. So basically you get 2 KOs for the cost of 3 energy. That's pretty decent. Like this comment right here says, it's pretty weird that Demigra isn't part of the black cards, especially at first I'm like, oh, okay. They'll release Overworld and all that, Overrealm and all that with the green stuff. It'll be Frieza and Demigra, and then they just completely said no. This is just one of the Unisons. I was so confused at first, but I guess you could make a dual black and green deck, but I don't know. That was such a weird choice for me. The new Ginyu leader. When this card attacks, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a green Ginyu Force card, then you cost a 2 or less, you play it and then draw 1. That's pretty decent. You get a free card on the field every turn, especially if you're running if you're making a Ginyu Force, most of the cards are 2 energy, so that's pretty decent. And you get to draw afterwards. When your life's at 4 or less, or you have 4 Ginyu Force cards in the battle area, you draw 2 and flip this card over. Pretty decent active. You know, it's typical, or if you have Ginyu Force members, but the drawing 2, it could be good. But honestly, preferably, I prefer the activating energy back to active, because it gives you more of a comeback instead of just drawing. But I guess you can use that as combo. Once it's awakened form, Ginyu, the new leader of Force. When this card attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a green Ginyu card with an energy cost of 2 or less, give me a minute, guys. Sorry about that. When this card attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a green Ginyu Force with an energy cost of 2, you may play it and draw 1. For 1 energy, choose 1 green Ginyu card in your battle area, and it gets 10k power for the duration of turn. Pretty decent. Nothing terrible. Sorry, guys, I'm like super sick. The new Goku leader. Burst 3, when this card attacks, draw 1 card. When one of your battle cards is KO, you may flip this card over. And if you do draw 1 and switch 1 to active, that's really good, honestly. Just one of your cards being KO'd just automatically awakens you with a pretty decent awakening ability. And then once you're Super Saiyan Goku, Burst 3, when this card attacks, draw 1 active main or battle. Once per turn, place 2 cards from your life in the drop. Choose all your battle cards and your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them in the own. That's a nuke. You do have to get rid of 2 lives, so that's pretty risky. You better make it count. But still a pretty good ability. I could see this being highly competitive. And now we're gonna get into the commons of the deck. So Frieza Cosmic Core, dual attack. When this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Pretty decent. Or you get to choose up to your one opponent's Unison cards and remove a marker. Pretty decent 20k Frieza. Frieza, Terrifying Transformation. When this card is removed from battle area by an opponent's skill, draw 2. That's actually really good. That's really decent. Since a lot of cards are now being like KO opponent's battle card, that's really good. Choose up to 1 Frieza with an energy cost of 4 in your hand, or drop, and play it on top of this one. So I guess you get to play this one for free, for 1 energy. And you're able to search for them, so that's really good. Son Gohan, potential unlocked, unique and blocker permanent. If your leader is green and you have a green unison card with a cost of 2 in play, you can play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. It's, easy free blocker to play, so not bad. Here we go, the Ginyu stuff. Recoome the Musclehead. If your leader is a Ginyu Force card, when this card is played, choose up to 1 Ginyu Force energy cost of 2 in play and play it. So you get to play 2 cards. That's actually really good. That's a really good ability. This is Zarbon super combo. If your leader is green and your life is at 4 or less, when this card is used in combo draw, typical stuff, typical super combo potential for the deck, for the set. Bulma, Life on Namek. When this card is played, look up to the 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 green unison card and a specified cost of 2, or 1 green Saiyan card with an energy cost of 3 or less among them. Add to your hand, then shuffle your deck. The Searcher, not terrible. Ginyu the Body Snatcher, double strike, permanent. This card gets minus 10k during your opponent's turn. That's a weird effect. Choose 1 battle card you gain. Choose 1 battle card you gain control of from your enemy. One of your card skills and place it in the order to drop. Place this card from your hand. Okay. If your leader is green Ginyu card, when this card is played, choose all Ginyu Force cards and they get a 10k boost. That's actually decent. That's really good. Boost up the whole pretty much battle area if you have a full set of Ginyu cards. That's really good actually. Frieza, just a 20k normal. Vegeta the Lone Prince, super combo. This card cannot be played with skills from any area. Okay. If your leader is green and your life is at 4 or less, when you play this card, combo draw 1. If your leader is mono green, when this card is played, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand. That's a way better super combo, because you get the this is way better than Zarbon, because you get a draw and you get to force one of your opponents to discard a card. So this one's probably going to be run a lot in many mono green decks. I could see that happening. Ultimate Power Piccolo. If your leader is green Son Goku, when this card is played, choose 1, draw 1. This card gains 10k for the duration of turn. Yeah, decent for 1 energy cost early game. Ginyu Backbone Force. If you have at least 1 Recoome, Jace, Burter, and Goto card in play, play this card from your hand, and you can't play copy of this card for the turn. When this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it. If you gain control of the card, give control of this card to your opponent. Okay, so basically it's body switch, so then you can activate the other Ginyu and start wreaking havoc. Honestly, that's pretty decent. J, second in command, unique. When this card attacks, look up to the top 3 cards on the top of your deck, add 1 Ginyu First card among your hand, and place the remaining card in the top or bottom of your deck in any order. Okay, that's actually pretty decent that you're able to place it and not have to shuffle it. That's really good. Burter, fastest in the universe, unique blocker. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. Then look up to the 3 cards from the top of your deck and place them in top or bottom, same as Jace. Godo, if your leader is a Ginyu Force and you discard this card from your hand, look at the top 3, same difference. Once per turn, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck and place them in. Oh, okay, so it's just you being able to adjust the drawing for a while. Okay, that's pretty decent. Doria the Cold-Blooded, add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, it gets 10k in double strike. That's actually really good for a 1 energy cost a card. This Zarbon, Victory Over Beauty. Negate, when you play this card during your opponent's turn, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards KO it, choose up to 1 of your opponent's hand and discard it. That's really good. That's a good counterattack. Frieza Power Mogner, Deflect, unique. If your opponent has 3 or more energy when this card is removed from battle by a skill or KO'd, add 1 of your green extra cards energy cost of 1 or less in your drop area to your hand. Active battle, 3 energy. This card gets 15k and double strike. That is really, really good. Blue Impulse. Permanent, if your leader card is green and you have a green unison card in play, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. If your opponent played a battle card this turn, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and kill them. Wow, that is really good. Wow, okay. And the 1-star ball. No, 1-star black, dark, parasitic with darkness, whatever. This card gains Dark Dragon Ball in all areas. Choose one of your cards and it gets 5k for the power. Choose one Frieza with energy cost of 4 or less player and place it under this card. Place up to one Frieza Xeno card in your deck or hand on top of the chosen active and then shuffle this card. So basically it's just a way to play this card. It's pretty decent. That's going to be like the whole gimmick around the Frieza deck basically. The rares, Double Strike permanent. This card cannot be removed from battle areas. If there's a Son Goku energy cost of 4 under this card in attack, and this card is in rest mode, when your opponent plays a battle card with energy cost of 5 or less, they choose 2 cards from their hand and discard them. That's really good. When this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards and Berry and KO. Wow, that is super good. Wow. Oh, wow. Sets of Son Goku, Deflect Barrier. If your leader card is a green Son Goku and you send a total of 5 green cards to Gohan, Vegeta, Bulma, Krillin, and or Piccolo cards from the drop barrier to your warp, choose up to 1 mono green Son Goku energy cost of 5 from your deck or hand, play it on top of this card, then shuffle your deck. So basically you have to have these cards in the drop to summon this guy out to get rid of the whole field. That's really good. Frieza, Darkness Infestation. Double Strike unique. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, when this card is removed from battle area, just go to KO it, add 1 green extra card. Space, same as last time. Place this card in your owner's drop area, choose up to 1 of your opponent's hand and discard it. Wow. For the potential unlock, during your opponent's turn, if your leader is green, if your leader card is a green Son Goku with your life sub 4 or less, increase the energy cost of this card in all areas. Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? Why would you... Okay. When this card is played, choose 1. Look up to the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 card, and specify it what cost of 2 to your hand and shuffle your deck. This card gains a blocker until the end of your next turn. That is so random that you have to increase the energy cost. Dodoria, Brimming with Power. Counterplay, if your leader card is mono green and you have a green unison card in play, if your battle card being played has an energy of 2 or less, it's placed in the owner's drop instead of being played. Basically a get out of your card. Darkness Deathfall, counterplay, if you have a green unison card in play, if the battle card being played in the energy cost of 4 or less and is placed in the owner's drop area instead of being played, and choose up to 1 opponent's battle card, KO it. So basically get out of here and KO another card. If all your green energy is mono, if all your energy is mono green, you can activate this counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost by choosing 2 cards from your hand and discarding them. Not bad. Honestly, for the effect, that's actually kind of worth it. I think now this is the starter stuff. So this is what's going to come in the starter deck. The Frieza Xeno. If this card would lose a marker, you get to take a life instead. +1, choose 1 card from your hand and discard it, and then draw 1. Not terrible. -1, choose up to 1 opponent's battle cards when it costs 4 or less and KO it, then choose up to 1 of your unisons. Well, that's actually really good. For 1 energy, just 1 marker, KO a card and get rid of a marker for the unison. That's decent. The Frieza leader. You can't include same cards in your deck. Obviously, choose 1 Frieza card in your battle area and place it in the owner's drop. When this card attacks leader, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, discard it, and then adds them to 1 card from your life to your hand. That's decent. When your life is 4 or less, you may draw 1 card, then switch up to 1 card in active mode and switch it active mode. When this card attacks, draw 1, choose 1 Frieza card in the battle area and place it in the owner's drop. Choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand, discard it, and then choose to 1 of your green unison and gains critical for the turn. Not terrible. This effect actually really bad. I just thought about it. Really bad. Ginyu's Frieza Greatest Soldier. When this card is played, choose up to 1 of your leader green unison cards. It gets 10k power. If your leader is Frieza, when this card is placed in the drop area from the battle area by a skill, you may return this card to the owner's hand. Not terrible. Zarbon. When this card is played, look up to the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 green unison card with a specified cost of 2 or 1 green Frieza army. Energy cost of 4 among them in your hand and then shuffle your deck. 1 energy if your leader is a green Frieza and you have a green unison card in play, and you send this card from the drop to your warp. Choose up to 1 leader card or unison card and it gains 10k power. See, it keeps saying if you send it to the warp, but like there's no card that says overrealm or that you have to warp the card, or at least not yet. If your leader card is a green Frieza card and you have a green unison card in play, if this goes placed in the drop area from your hand by skill, you may play this card from your drop area. Green energy. If your leader card is a green, freeze a card. When you have a green unison card and play this card, add this card from your drop right to your hand. Why would you do that if you can play them from the drop? That's so weird. That's that. And now the SRs. Freeze the villain. Counterplay. You can't activate the counterplay skill of other cards from your turn. Play this card from your hand. When you have a green unison card with 2 markers on it, you play the and in play you can activate this card's counter from your hand without paying its energy. That's actually really good. If you have a unison, you get to play for free. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards when it costs 7 or less and KO it. That's decent. That's a high number to start KOing stuff. Dormant Power Unleashed, counterattack. If you have a green leader card, choose up to any card in your opponent's battle area and add a total energy of 2 or less and KO them. Additionally, you may choose one card in your hand and discard it. If you do, your opponent can only attack 1 more time this turn. If you have a green unison card in play, you can activate the counter skill with your hand without paying the energy cost. Not terrible. And that's the deck art. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment down if you guys are going to pick up this. Personally, not me. This does not look meta. And actually green is looking like, right now it's looking like very pathetic compared to, the green stuff looks pretty decent, but Frieza stuff is just looking really pathetic. And hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you guys later. Later guys, peace.